Welcome back, Sneaker Life fam. So here's a shoe that I've had for a while now. Let's go ahead and check them out. So as you guys can see, we do got the normal Nike box right here. A box that pretty much everyone has seen, of course. But label on these do read Vomero 5 grade school. Colorway is pure platinum metallic silver. And of course, this is a size 6. Now, opening up the box, got the lot number right there. You do got this white tissue paper right here. And then you got the shoes. Yeah, man. And I will say that I have been looking for a pair of these for the longest, yeah. But we do have the Nike Zoom Vomero 5 Pure Platinums. Man. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And I could just tell off rip that, man, listen, we're going to get into some key components of this shoe when I break them down. But before I get into any of that, let me give y'all just a little bit of back history on this particular shoe. So the Nike Zoom Vomero 5 originally released in 2010 as a performance running shoe. Later on, it adapted into the streetwear lifestyle when Nike decided to partner with British fashion designer Samuel Ross, who is the founder of the British fashion label A Cold War. Now that did last from 2018 to 2019 when the Nike Zoom Vomero 5 decided to take an absence from the game for 2 years. It later came back in 2022, as we all know, as one of Nike's most popular models to this day, man. But yeah, now that you know a little bit of back history about the Nike Zoom Vomero 5s, let's go ahead and break down the key components of this shoe. So first and foremost, guys, we're going to take a look at the toe cap area. So you do have this synthetic leather right here, and it is in that metallic silver colorway. Now do note that throughout the sneaker there will be some 3M hits, which is what you see on the toe cap area right here. It is on both sides, as well, as you guys can see that. Now going into the toe box area, guys, you do have this airy mesh right here with hints of those ventilation ports, of course, and it is on the lower quarter, of the toe box area as well, as you guys can see that. Nothing too crazy. Then you do have hints of this metallic silver synthetic leather, which is running throughout the eye stays, and it is running on the lower quarter of the toe box area as well. You guys can see that, of course, and it does run throughout the front portion, or lower portion I should say, of the lacing area, so nothing too crazy. Now going into the lacing portion, guys. So to start off, you guys see on the bottom lace loop we do get that 3M hint, and it is throughout the other lace loops on the lacing portion of the lacing area by the tongue, as you guys can see that. Of course, you do got that pure platinum colorway as well, and it is more so on these particular lace loops right here on the inside. Hopefully you guys can see that. It does have some 3M hints. Now we do get these white laces right here, of course. On the bottom half of the tongue, you do get, once again, your airy mesh with those ventilation ports, of course. And then if you take a look at the top of the tongue, guys, you do get this nice padded tongue, of course. And you do get that Nike Vomero 5 right there, which is in, this metallic silver colorway, and the words are in that pure platinum colorway, of course. This tongue is very much soft and padded down, which I very much like, of course. Then if you look at the top two eyelets, you do have hints of that synthetic leather, of course, and that pure platinum colorway once again. Now going into the base of the shoe, guys, we do have these plastic TPU cages right here, of course, in that pure platinum colorway. You do have some ventilation ports behind that, and then you do have your nylon swooshes right there, of course, outlined in white as well. Now you do have on the outer portion by the laces, on the lower portion and top portion, more hints of synthetic leather in pure platinum and white. as you guys can see, on the more lockdown system of the lacing area, which I think is pretty dope in my opinion. And then if you look at the ankle collar, you do once again have that airy mesh with those ventilation ports around it as well, as you guys can see that. Now, going into the heel of the sneaker, guys, you do get your swoosh right here, of course, in that pure platinum colorway. You guys, you do get your pull tab right here, which is in that 3M hint, as you guys can see, surrounded by that pure platinum colorway as well. And then you do get hints of that metallic silver synthetic leather, of course, wrapping around the heel as well. And it does have some 3M hints to it as well, as you guys can see that on both sides. 3M hints is right here. And then on the bottom half, you do get this molded heel cage, which is put there in place, for stability and balance, of course, so that's something I like that they did, because it is incorporated on the original model, and they decided to bring it back on this particular model once again. So definitely do love that, of course. Now, going into the inner portion of the shoe, first and foremost, guys, if you look at the sock liner, you do have an all gray sock liner, which is padded down, of course, and it does have that nice cushioning feel to it. Now, I'm not sure if these offer any arch support. I believe they don't for the most part, but I don't know if most people are going to care about that. Then you do have an all pure platinum insole, as you guys can see that. Once again, it is padded down as well, and it has that nice soft feel to it. And then on the back of the tongue, you do get your trademarking date tag, of course, and that's pretty much it for the inside of this particular shoe, of course. Now, going into the midsole, guys, you do get an all white based midsole, of course. Now, do note that this midsole is Cushlon, which is a molded EVA foam designed to create a soft, plush, pillowy feel, of course. And then you do have two Zoom Air units, one in the heel and one in the forefoot, that are super responsive. It absorbs impact. It gives you a more ground feel, and it absorbs impact with every step that you take, guys, which is something that I love, because you got to think about it. You're getting two for the price of one. You're getting Cushlon with two Zoom Air units in the midsole, and of course you do have your rubber pods as well, which has that shock absorption. So, guys, I do think that this is where they went super crazy, adding the Cushlon with the two Zoom Air units, of course. Man, could have asked for anything better, guys. But then as you get into the outsole, you do have a rubber outsole with hints of gray, hints of black on the forefoot and heel, and you do have white, of course. Now, do note that on the gray part, this is Duralon. So basically, what Duralon is more of a lightweight rubber, not all rubber. It's also a plastic foam, and it's pretty much, it's enough to grip the ground, but it's also soft enough to give you a nice feel, and it definitely will give you some more cushioning, at least a little bit more cushioning. I will say though, it's not as durable as most of the outsole materials, but it definitely will do. Now, where you see the black on the forefoot and on the heel, that is where it is durable. So that is durable rubber right there, of course. And you guys know that that's mainly used for walking and outdoor ground use, things of that nature, of course. And I think that that's dope. Now, I do think that typically, if you're a 4-foot striker, then you pretty much would have wanted the durableness on the forefoot. But if you're a heel striker, then it's perfect, because the durableness is already in the heel striking. I feel like when it comes to that, I feel like it particularly depends on your wear zone. So once again, if you are a 4-foot striker or if you are a heel striker, it typically depends on your 4-foot wear zone where you would prefer the durableness to be at, of course. Now, that's something that I do think that, they decided to go back with from 2010, of course. So they incorporated some things from 2010. Now, I'm not sure if they did decide to incorporate where back in 2010 the shoe was, compatible with, an iPod where, you can track your steps, you can track your health. I don't think that it's compatible with this particular model anymore, but that's what it was compatible with back in 2010. So I definitely think that they did a fantastic job on the Nike Zoom Vomero 5s, in my opinion, man. Definitely do think they did a good enough job. And man, it's like when you squeeze the foam on the midsole, you guys get that nice, spongy feel, And when I first looked at the outsole of these, something brought me back. Now, if most of you know who Bill Bowerman is, he was a co-founder of Nike, of course. And when he created the moon shoe, he definitely went with, on the outsole, he went with like traction, because he wanted more traction, but he wanted it to be to where, the shoe was able to have grip on the ground, but also be lightweight. That is what this shoe reminded me of. And it also reminded me of the Nike Sakai waffle, just having that whole traction pattern waffle outsole built. This definitely, resembles that of that particular model, in my opinion. And I do love that particular model right there. Now, I will say, as far as sizing goes, guys, I will say that, you can definitely go true to sizing, of course. These are even made for wide footers as well. Now, I do feel like if you have a more narrow foot, you might want to go half up a size, just to give your feet a little bit more room, giving your toes, some room to expand, things of that nature, of course. But I typically go true to sizing. Listen, this right here, I think that this shoe could definitely be contender for, at least top 5 comfortable sneakers. Y'all know me, I love New Balance. The 99 V3s is my favorite, hands down. But this shoe right here, it could definitely be up there as far as contender for, comfortability, as far as, shoes that are comfortable, things of that nature, man. But down in the comment section below, guys, let me know if any of you do own a pair of Nike Zoom Vomero 5s. How do they fit you guys? How are you guys liking them? Man, I can't wait to throw these on feet, yeah. But with that being said, guys, you got your boy J-Jus. You got my thoughts and opinions and review on the Nike Zoom Vomero 5s. Man. Let me know how y'all feeling about this particular colorway, or let me know how y'all feel about this particular model in general, guys. And with that being said, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like. For those of you who are new to the channel, if you want to see more sneaker reviews, you want to see more sneaker content, anything sneaker related, guys, then hit that big subscribe button. It is greatly appreciated. Until next time, I love and appreciate you guys. Reach for the stars, sky's the limit, and we out.